Hello and welcome to Hearth and Hammer. We hope that you're doing well this evening, because we are, and we're super excited to be with you today. Joshua Sandifer. Totally mispronounced it. I apologize. But welcome. Glad that you're here with us today. This is going to be a great episode. Just saying. Real quick, if you're just joining us for the first time, we are Hearth and Hammer. We are a family-friendly D&D show, and we really appreciate you joining us, whether you're live in chat on Twitch, or you're watching on YouTube, or listening to the podcast. We are in a new campaign. We are in Campaign 2, which is a homebrew campaign in the world of Xennelia. And the party has just gathered, and we are catching up with them as they are gathering to go on a survival trial. So we will get with them here, and we will get into it. Real quick, though, friends, how are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful, man. Living the dream.
Fantastic. Reborn's miming.
All right.
Yeah. Cams don't work. Audio doesn't work.
All right, nothing works. It's okay.
No. Does he have a filter that can make it more pretty? That's what I want to know. Is there anything you can do about
Yes,
that, buddy?
the filter for Reborn.
Nah, there's no filter alive that does anything like that. The good Lord himself has made this look like
Yes.
this, okay?
That's okay.
Perfection.
That's okay. Absolutely. Awesome. Well, we are going to dive right into it today. So, let us
Ooh, excuse me.
get back to our scene. Here we go.
I need like 2 more monitors, guys.
Yeah, right? Absolutely.
I'm like an alt-tab ninja. Alt-tab.
Okay.
I've got 2, but on one of them I've got like the alchemy app and then everybody's character sheet pulled up in D&D Beyond.
All right. So, last time we left off, Hearth and Hammer, the party had arrived at the Tetralith Academy. You all had made your way into the tent city around the ruins at the center of this school of magic and martial ability, and found your place, and were divided up into your respective groups. Everyone there who was participating was divided into their challenge groups. And so you all got your challenge kind of tassels. They were had the different colors and stripes on it for you guys. Remind me, where did you guys put those?
I think Tika tied
mine was
hers
like
to her hair, I think. Or no, she did it her wrist. Originally it was her thing, and then she tied it on her wrist.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Loris?
kind of to like hold my tunic together, like whatever the drawstring at the top of your tunic.
Oh, nice. Okay. Awesome. Erebus.
Threaded it in.
Yep. Yeah, the same for me as well. I'm wearing a leather tunic, so the drawstrings, I would hook it into the drawstring to hang from the center.
Very nice. And Vigo?
I put mine right here on my left breast where you would wear a medal.
Perfect. And then as you all were being led to one of the gaps in the wall surrounding this tent city, with this ruined wall, there's gaps all through it. You all hear this, "Wait," from behind you. And you see one of the yellow-robed wizards jogging up to you. And he says, "Wait, we have one more for you. That's part of your challenge group." And he turns, and you didn't notice him because he was jogging behind the wizard, and the wizard was, kind of a normal sized human, and so this person behind him, he steps aside, and you see a short being. Reborn, go ahead and describe your character, please.
So Pappy is he's only like 3 foot tall, little tiny guy, but he's completely gray skinned. He's got streaks of blue in his gray skin. He's all gray hair with one blue streak. Adorned around him is mainly just like belts and kind of like Rambo's little gun belts. He's got kind of like straps of that, but it's just like little tinkering tools and potion vials and things like that. And he looks a little bit on the older side of things, but he's very young and spry. Very young and spry.
Awesome. So as you approach this group who is gearing up to head out, guys, why don't you go ahead and describe again real quickly what he sees of your characters.
Yeah, so I'll start. So Erebus, Wood Elf, he has this persona about him where he doesn't really trust newcomers. So he's going to look at this new individual and just kind of shrug his shoulders. He's already accepted the fact that he's in a group that's less ideal than what he would have imagined. So he just kind of observes, acknowledges, and goes back to caring for his equipment as we move on with our mission.
Female halfling ranger, and she's just wearing some dark colored leather armor and darker hair, and she's enjoying taking in everything. So she looks like a kid in a candy store. Is kind of the look. It's very intrigued by things, and filing that information away probably looks a little more childlike than she is, and so she's probably very deeply inspecting Pappy as he's coming up, just really trying to take in every little detail and just tucking it away in her catalog. So that's what Tika's doing.
Okay. Loris?
All right, so I'll go next.
Vigo, go for it.
Okay. All right. So Vigo, you see a very young, thin and short, gangly-looking human. He's wearing black robes over scale mail and has a distinguishing feature of having a black mask over the top part and cheeks of his face. It has almost no markings except one green marking on it that you probably would recognize as the symbol of his nation. And as you approach him, you get the distinct feeling that he's more curious than anything. Maybe he hasn't seen someone that looks like you before, but he's, trying not to stare, but that's what he's doing.
All right, Loris.
Yeah. So you will probably notice Loris. Loris is a skosh over twice as tall as you, and kind of like a light blue skin, really, really wispy, slender, and it's a male air genasi. And a sorcerer, so just kind of fairly, not like heavily armored or anything, just clothes, a couple daggers, crossbow, and looks like probably looks like he spends quite a bit of time outside.
All right. So you see this party standing before you, all set and ready to go, and as you all know. What a Zetali race is. They are, as Pappy described himself, they are a short race who have, skin the color of different types of stone. In this case, kind of blue lapis for Pappy here, mixed with some gray. And you know that they are also somewhat of shapeshifters, that they can move their hands and feet into weapons or tools, and that they can, they can kind of armor themselves a little bit as well as part of their racial abilities. Vigo, has he ever seen a Zetali before? He would know what it is. He would know what Pappy is, but do you think he's ever seen one before?
Unlikely. Most of his early life was spent with just his mother in a small town, so he's probably heard of what they are, but
Okay.
I don't think he's ever encountered one, except maybe at a distance traveling here.
Yeah, or maybe one wandering
Maybe
through the
within the
town or
crowd.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you probably would have seen any number of them in the tent city here, and just within the few hours that you've been here. But other than that, yeah, just so. Pappy, what do you say anything to the group here?
Yes. Pappy just come bouncing up. He's all very cherubic. He's always happy. Well, hi guys. How is everybody? I didn't want to wake all you young whippersnappers as you guys were getting up. I went ahead and ate third breakfast. Got everything together, and I tagged a little behind because I was checking out some trees and such. But here I am. So I'm happy to join you guys.
We're glad you're here. We're so glad you're here.
Good.
My name is Vigo.
Vigo.
How
Vigo.
old-
I
how old are
will
you?
not remember that. 97-ish.
Wow. That's really old.
No, that's young for Zetali. How old are you?
Yeah, you're a Zetali. Interesting.
Yeah, how old are you?
Oh, I'm 19.
That sounds kind of old.
I think so.
Yeah, I'd agree. But it's old enough to be here, right? Old enough to be here. Yeah.
So I heard that you guys can change your shape. Yeah, is that
Sometimes,
is that right?
sometimes if I want to, I just a little here, a little there,
Do you fight?
Do I? Oh, I mean, I've been known to, fight a little bit in my years. I mean, somebody come up talking to your girl, and you just gotta, take them out.
I would hope somebody in their 90s would know how to fight.
Good. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Yeah.
I look at Erebus and say, "This guy looks dangerous to me.
Super.
I bet he can fight."
And you say dangerous, I'll take the experience for sure.
Oh no, plenty of that. Plenty of that. I can hit rocks all day. I'm really good at hitting
Yes,
rocks.
that's gonna come in handy. That's gonna come in handy.
Hey,
We're in
I
good
mean,
hands. Yeah.
He just rubs his hands together. You need me to hit a rock?
Yeah, probably.
Okay,
I
point
bet
it out.
that's the first challenge. Rock punching.
Challenge. That's right. We're here for a challenge. Yeah, they're probably going to ask me to hit a rock.
The wizard in yellow robes is still standing here. He's like, speaking of,
sorry.
You all will probably want to be moving along. The other groups are getting ahead of you. I apologize for the delay in getting our fifth party member here.
Is it hitting a rock?
No, potentially, but in overall, the first challenge is a survival challenge.
Good.
There-
No rock
there-
will survive me.
I imagine not. There should be, if you look at the tassels that you all have been given as part of your challenge group, you should, as you traverse into the woods to the north there, you should be able to find markers with the same coloration.
I motion to him to get his attention.
Yes.
Oh, quick question, sir.
Yes, go ahead.
I assume that this challenge will be dangerous.
Oh, well, I mean, you never know what kind of dangers lurk in the woods. There are beasts. There are pitfalls. There's, falling into ravines, that kind of thing. But mostly there shouldn't be anything deadly. But if there is, that's also part of the survival challenge.
And this lasts overnight, is that right?
Yes,
soon do you
actually,
think we would get
this is
into
going to be
danger?
about 36 hours or so. Is the kind of typical for how long it takes. It's could be 48 hours for some groups. Never know. 1 to 2 nights is not unexpected.
Yeah,
So.
we're ready. We're ready. We got this.
Good.
But I will let you get to it, and
Sometimes I stayed up all night.
then you'll be well prepared. He says, "Good luck to you all." And he turns around and he just leaves.
What do y'all think? Continue heading north until we see a marker? What do y'all think?
Yeah,
Yep.
until we see something challenging.
Yep. Good. Sounds good. Let's do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So who takes the lead?
I would volunteer to leave.
I had a guess.
He's in the lead. He's like, I'm out already.
I'm already walking that direction.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Let's
Tika
go with the
would-
tall one.
Would do a little bow, like, "Oh, please, Your Highness, continue. Yes, we'll follow you."
Oh, is he royalty?
He thinks he is. He walks around.
Tika,
King of the castle, king of the
but Tika,
castle.
this is also CJ talking because Tika is not saying anything.
No.
Yeah.
She just does the move. She just does
Yeah.
the move. She doesn't say
Yeah, and
anything.
I'm thinking like Pappy's thinking like, oh, I just messed up. He's royalty. Oh, is he?
Um,
Like,
Pappy,
gonna-
give me a history or intelligence check.
yeah, baby. Oh man, that's
Roller coaster.
It's like a
It's-
20 that notched over.
it's a 7
Okay,
with my +5.
with your plus. Fantastic. So you
You don't know what you don't know.
Yeah, you really don't. So he's an elf. You know that he's it's a little strange for them to be here, but other than that, you don't know anything. He looks
His
very well
Highness.
equipped.
His Highness. That's what I shall call him.
So in response to the royalty question, I'm just going to tighten everything up, throw the bag over my shoulder, and I'm just going to start walking slowly. I'm just going to start walking.
Okay.
Where is?
Vigo would try and assess who's the tankiest person, probably.
Who's the what?
Give
Pull
me
up near that
a
person.
Right now, I like the furthest
intelligence.
from it.
Right, exactly. Give me an intelligence check with
Yeah.
disadvantage.
He's 19.
With disadvantage.
Because you're
'Cause he's
19.
I'm literally like, I'm wearing no armor, just like a belt, like pants, like regular clothes, and like leather straps, like alchemy bottles and stuff.
You take the lowest roll and then add the modifier to whatever the lowest one is.
Yes.
Yeah. Same thing. So 2.
Oh,
All right.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
We're a smart bunch.
So here, hold on. Here's what we're gonna do.
We are a smart bunch.
Oh, where are my dice?
The sad thing is I rolled history, and that's my best thing at a
Oh, no.
+5. But you can't do anything when the dice just say 2 on them. There's
What?
nothing you can do at that point.
Okay, so let's see.
It was an at 1, by the way. If that
No, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, as luck would have it, you don't know, but you decide to follow Pappy randomly.
Okay. Serendipity strikes again.
Tika's gonna post up like diagonal behind Erebus, so off to the side, equidistant to the side, kind of like following behind him, but also kind of scanning off. We'll say to the left. We'll say she
Okay.
favors the left.
I'll
Off
be
the
back
left.
into the right. I'll be back to the right.
Okay,
Yes.
perfect.
And Vigo's near me.
Yes, he looks like
I'm
he
gonna
just kind of
just-
like started following you. Like You take a step and
Real
he's like
close.
right there behind
Real
you.
close.
Yeah, he's really close, and he's like he kind of bumps you like, oh, we're stopping, kind of thing.
You look back and he's always 3 feet away from you,
like
no matter how far you go.
Yeah.
I look backing up.
Like the kid who's in line behind you, and he's like always too close. So.
Do you? Hey, Mr. Vigo. Does that one up there? Is she always quiet?
Yes. Well, she makes noises, but I don't know what she's saying, and she doesn't change it.
Noises. Okay. All right. Okay. Good.
It's like a
Okay.
clicking.
Good.
Try clicking at her. Maybe she'll say something.
Tika is just ignoring him. She is just but so much so that you can tell that she definitely knows that he's trying to get her attention. But she's just like,
Absolutely.
yes.
I don't think my clicking was the dialect she's used to. I'll work on it. All
right, Erebus,
Good.
give me a survival check. Does anyone want to assist him with that?
A survival check
yes,
already.
I would say yes.
Tika,
I'd say that
I would say
she's-
Tika being. I was gonna say. I figured you probably would there. Give us a survival check with advantage, or both of you roll.
I rolled a 23.
Okay. Survival. It's not good. I got rolled a 7.
Okay, well that's okay. Erebus's
Yeah.
23 is more than enough. You start heading out, and you notice, Erebus, that there are these little boxes on poles that are about, probably like 2. Well, so the pole is probably like 3 feet, 3 feet tall. However, because of the variety of races amongst all the nations that have come together, there is, you can tell kind of this contraption that the box can actually be like lowered or raised. And so there's a box. It's like probably about 3 feet up.
Yep.
And you can tell there's like, at the moment, because you're so close, it's the yellow with blue stripes, like kind of flag on it. Not big, probably about this big, almost like, the size of the flags that you see, like utility trucks put out, right? So like, like a good like 6 inches by 4 inches or something size flag, but you see tied to it, like a couple dozen of the different tassels underneath, and you do see yours there as well.
Okay. So I'm going to walk up to it. This is a survival check, right? And I'm looking at my peers. This is
Sure.
a survival
Challenge, yeah.
course, right?
I believe so, Your Highness.
That's what he said.
So I'm gonna take the remaining dagger that I have, and I'm gonna check for traps. I'm gonna like check the box. I'm looking behind and kind of
Okay.
increase just to make sure nothing
Yeah, sure.
looks out of place.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a roll for, let's do investigation.
Okay. Nice. 22. 18
Okay.
plus 4.
You're very confident there's no traps. So
Okay. So I'm gonna open up the entrapment. Is it a top load or is it a pull? Or...
Yeah, it looks like a birdhouse kind of.
Okay.
As far as like square, wooden, painted just one color, and it just has like a lid with a hinge. And you just like lift
Cool.
it up, and at the moment, all you see inside of it is just kind of a little parchment, and there's like a whole bunch of them just kind of like together, not together like a binding, but like it looks like they're stacked in there.
Okay. Are they all the same? Is there wording on the parchment?
It's easy enough to see. This is like the first marker out of town. It looks like a little map.
Okay.
Hand drawn, very very simplistic, and it just shows basically on the top a kind of crooked looking tree. So it's like a line that goes up to where you could tell there's like woods. And then there's like a crooked looking tree that looks pretty specifically shaped. And you get that's probably the entrance to where you need to enter the woods.
Okay. So I'm going to take each one of the parchments. I'm going to go to my friends. I'm going to give them one of the parchments. And as I'm passing it out, I'm just going to say, it looks like we're looking for a bent tree.
Good. Yeah.
Okay. And you can take it with you. I mean, like I said, it looks like there's, like I said, a couple dozen in there, as far as for this particular section. So,
Stuff mine on my tunic.
okay. Easy enough. You begin trekking off across and again too, it is getting closer to evening at this point. And so what you notice here, and you should be able to see it in alchemy there.
What is that?
You basically see a tree line off in the distance. You're crossing some grassy fields that are kind of rolling, and you do see the beginning glimmers of the night sky and kind of the aurora-like lights that are often seen far off over the mountains behind the woods here. So you begin your journey. You're moving towards the woods. It looks like they're probably a good, several miles away at this point. I say you're not quite sure, but they're not too far from the walls, but it's, mile, 2 miles maybe, across these kind of grassy fields and stuff. Doesn't take you terribly long to get there, half an hour, between half an hour and an hour, as you all are walking, unless you're trying to set a faster pace.
Was there distance and direction on these parchments, or was it literally just the picture of the tree?
It was literally just like, you could see like kind of a circle with kind of an icon symbol for like the tower in the school, and then like a line that kind of goes north. And then there's like you can see the kind of like rough shape of the wood. And then, like I said, like a single tree kind of drawn where the line ends. Like that's the entrance. So, and that's all.
Do we see
That's
any
all.
other teams moving from the town to the woods? Or are they all so far ahead of us that we don't see anybody?
Give me a perception check.
That one, we don't see anybody.
All right. You definitely don't. If you are quite distracted by this sudden change in the group. What is Tikatik thinking about Pappy being added?
By the way, the whole time I'm constantly doing different clicks at TZT, like to try to get the dialect down.
So she's thinking the whole time she's probably while the other three intrigue her, and while Pappy, when she first saw him, intrigues her, the fact that he's making so much noise, she's like, how the heck are we going to survive in this stupid place if he won't just shut his trap? And so she is just like, her shoulders are tense, and every time he makes a click, like her jaw is just turning little by little by little by little, and that's all she hears is him going, and it's just driving her insane. It's just, She is just like, maybe we only need 4 to complete this. Maybe I can find some hole to push him in. So that's probably why she's distracted. She's distracted because he keeps clicking, and she literally can't see the forest for the trees at this point. She has no idea what's happening. All it is Pappy behind her, and she's just longing for being a hermit again. Just being alone in the woods is what she's longing for. So that's probably why she missed it.
Awesome. Fantastic. So you're not sure. You definitely saw some when you were kind of gathering in the city, and there was a bunch of people around you whenever you were actually standing around the like the podiums when they were giving out the things, but you haven't seen any of them since you guys gathered.
Yep.
So
Okay.
Okay, go ahead, Erebus.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So in my wood elf nature, I'm going to always be thinking and seeing and listening. are we hearing natural bird sounds? Or is it oddly quiet? Does it feel like this is a fixed scenario, or is it just a natural, we're in the woods, nothing standing out?
Everything seems to be pretty normal, pretty
Okay.
natural. With your experience, you could tell it's probably like there's been a bunch of people that just trekked through here, so there's
Okay.
maybe not quite as much nature sounds.
Okay.
Because there's, been several other groups that have been going the same way you are, at least as far as like initially. But again, the walls surrounding the ruins, the walls are pretty big, and like I said, that tent city is pretty massive for this, week to 10-day celebration that's going on. So,
What time of day is it?
it's kind of going into evening. So, like I said, getting close to that twilight. You guys had some time to prepare before you set off, and then it was basically later that day that you guys gathered and were assigned groups.
Do I know if the lights are natural? Like, you said they're lights like northern lights kind of thing. Is that?
Yeah.
Surely we're not. Are we far enough north for that to be that?
It probably wouldn't be
like
quite
magnetic.
as vibrant as the picture you're seeing in Alchemy, but
not unnatural.
not unnatural. And being the fact that you are basically in Theorandia right now, you would be familiar with it. So because what they are is they're like, if you go back to the world map, they are basically the kind of mountains that are in the distance behind the woods here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And nothing right now that sets off my intuitive danger sense, or
no, not at all. So
okay, I just follow
along. And I say mountains, like you would know them to be more of just like you would consider them mountains because this is where you grew up. Erebus, and Pappy for sure. Even Loris would probably not consider it like a great mountain range. It's really more of kind of like some high hills and rocks jutting out of the earth. So, but yeah. So you would know it's not. There's nothing unnatural about it. You're probably familiar with it. Probably a little comforting. So, anything else as you guys approach the wood?
Just watch for crooked trees in the tree line as we approach, I would imagine.
Okay. Yeah. Give me a couple. Let's see. Loris and Pappy, why don't you guys give me perception checks?
Yeah, I'm kind of looking for like a clearing because the picture depicts like a single tree, so I'm wondering if it's like a clearing or something like that. So that's something in particular I'm looking for.
Got an 11.
11. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Loris, what'd you get?
I got a
Maybe too busy
10.
clicking.
What'd you say, Loris? Sorry.
10.
10. Okay. Not a difficult DC by any means. You're probably pushing closer to that hour mark. Erebus, you're probably you're in the lead, but you're probably also kind of like looking and having to maybe walk a little bit, this way and that. But overall, you guys managed to find it within that kind of 45 minutes to an hour, range as far as like trekking towards it. You see this tree that is, it's not massive by any means, but it's definitely a little taller than some of the others at the front of the wood here. And it's got this weird, almost like 45-degree bend in it, which kind of arcs over a path entering into the woods.
How far in can we see?
Because it's, like I said, getting closer to evening, you see, not too far, probably.
Is there anything in the
30
tree,
feet.
animals or anything like that sticks out like in
Um,
the tree?
I mean, nothing off the top. Not really. Like I said, there's been, as Erebus was kind of looking earlier, there's not a whole lot of wildlife around that's not smaller. So I mean, things you wouldn't see, but maybe you would hear, like birds in the, the branches, or, some rodents scurrying around. But you wouldn't necessarily see anything because there's been a lot of traffic coming from the city, from the encampment into the woods. So not a lot here at the edge of the forest.
I look around for the colors of our emblem, see if there's any more noticeable flags or boxes.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Perception. 9.
Okay. You're not quite sure that you see it. You didn't really pay attention when Erebus was messing with the first one, as you were following Pappy a little too closely.
I'm
But
pretty
Erebus,
sure there are no signs of our markers here, guys.
yeah. As Erebus, as Vigo says that, Erebus, you're like lifting the lid on the box right behind. It's like on the other side of the tree, just into the shadow of the wood.
This looking is a waste of time. Let's go, guys.
You look inside
Realize no one's following.
and again you see scraps of parchment, and this time you don't. You see very basically it says follow the tassels at the top, and then it shows a clearing, kind of like a circle with some kind of like hand-drawn trees around it, with a large stone in the middle of it. And that's all.
Each apartment has the same image.
Yes.
Okay.
I look over at Pappy and I'm like, stone punching.
No, right? It's good.
Yes.
Looks like you got
It's so good you're here. Yes.
I'm the man for the job.
I'm gonna pass the parchment to each one of my friends.
Okay.
Looks like
Where'd you find this?
Thank you.
We're gonna punch some stones.
It says look for the tassels.
Okay.
Do y'all see any tassels around here?
Are there? I look around to see if there's any tassels like tied around any trees or anything like that, or if maybe the curvatry is like pointing a direction that we should go.
So why don't
See some.
Loris, why don't you and Tika go ahead and give me perception or investigation as you're looking around for the first sign of your color tassels.
I'm gonna tell them I see them, and I'm gonna point to each one of their tassels that they're displaying.
12.
Okay.
Good.
I also got a 12.
Okay. It takes you 10, 15 minutes, but you eventually find in a branch of the tree about 30 feet going kind of northwest. You see hanging from it a tassel of your colors. So, and what color were your tassels again, by the way? You guys
Green and
remember?
yellow.
Green and yellow.
Green and yellow. Perfect.
Yeah.
So you see these green and yellow tassels hanging from it. As you look, this is the beginning, and it's made to be a little obvious. You see, you pick up other tassels in other trees, and they're going in different directions. Even though those parchments had that stone, it looks like the paths diverge here. And some tassels, they're all probably separated by a good 20 to 30 feet apiece, going in kind of like all northerly, but kind of like guiding like different ways. So
How many paths? Is there one path for each of us or something, some pattern?
You could make an intelligence check to see if you notice a pattern.
Since I failed every other roll, 4, right on par.
No pattern whatsoever. Not at all. So yeah, you continue on, Erebus. Do you begin leading them in direction?
Yeah, so I'm gonna get to this. It's a fork in the road, essentially.
Essentially,
yeah.
Although at this point they're not diverging paths like actual trails. It is just the tree marked with your color is going in a different direction. Not just yours. Like you see, they're all kind of beginning to filter out into the woods at this point.
Okay. Kind of a two-part move. One, I want to take a knee, and I want to use my keen senses to try to pick up a smell, a direction of the wind, some sort of hint by nature on which direction we should go.
Okay.
When he takes a knee, I'm gonna like take a super deep bow. Like I think that's what I'm supposed to do.
Like you kneel behind him.
Yeah, I'm just gonna bow.
Okay.
I mean, I'm already like super low, but like I'm just gonna bow like really, really low.
Absolutely. Okay. So let's see. Remind me of your keen senses here. Perception.
All of the cameras are gray on the stream, by the way.
Yeah, that's because I switched from the cameras.
Oh, okay.
This is you have proficiency in the perception skill. That's all.
Okay. Yeah. Then go ahead and give me a perception check.
Okay.
And you can add your proficiency.
Yep. It's a 4 + 5, so 9.
All right. Amazing.
We're killing these rolls today.
You get the sense that you are on the right track. So.
Okay. All right. So while I'm on my knee, I'm going to turn to the rest of the group. I'm going to kind of pull them in. It looks like we have options. Does anybody feel strongly about which direction we go? Otherwise, I think that we are on the right track as I point the direction I want to go.
I think we just head to the rock, Your Highness.
Why are you picking that direction?
In my 130 years of doing this, of pathfinding, I've learned to go with my gut. And my gut is telling me that we need to be going this direction.
I look down.
I like it. I think he's right.
Good.
Dika, you're pretty outdoorsy.
Yeah,
a nod or a shake.
You have to click.
Yes. So so
Like
this is
really
your
loud and slow.
it's a random guess, right? That's what you're making, Erebus. Ish.
I mean, like I said, from the box, it said follow the tassels. And they all went kind of in a northerly direction. Yours is a little. The one with your colors was a little more northwesterly.
I got you. Tika's going to kind of step forward from the group a little bit and do her own little investigation. Think through, lick of fingers, stick it to the wind, that kind of thing. And so, perception. Does that work?
Yeah, give me a perception.
16.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like, Erebus is not off. I mean, like, following the colors and heading north, if that's where he was kind of pointing, is going to be the general direction you need to go. So.
Okay. Then she, after doing her due diligence, turns around and just kind of semi-smugly just nods her head and gives a thumbs up and steps out of the way so that Erebus can lead again.
Oh, she was gonna click.
I'm gonna head nod. I'm gonna head nod to Tiki Teak, as in like an understood professionalism. I'm gonna head nod, kind of do a little chest bump, and I'm gonna turn to the group and just say, "To the shadows. I think we should go forth in stealth."
I can do that.
All right. So if
do
you're
that.
gonna start traversing at a slower, stealthier pace, go ahead and everybody give me a stealth check.
Yep. Good.
go.
This is my expertise.
Oh, natty 20.
This character is the
Natural
opposite
20?
of 30,
Okay.
apparently. I rolled a nat 20 as well.
Oh,
Yes,
goodness
yes.
gracious.
So I got a dirty 20, 11 plus 9.
Fantastic. 14?
Tika's got 9.
See me.
9? Okay.
You can see Tika.
Oh no! I was adding my survival bonus. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's a 13.
Okay. Fantastic. Everyone is able to begin pretty quietly. And Erebus, though your elf ears can kind of hear some of the crunching in the leaves of Vigo and Tika, you get like everyone's moving forward. They took it to heart and they are being quite stealthy, actually.
I'm holding my breath to be completely silent. I'm holding my breath.
So you all begin to move forward. You are moving forward at a slower pace, but you are you're able to begin traversing this. Here's what we're gonna do for a little bit of travel. You don't know how far you have to go. It is getting closer into the night, but you're following the with what little twilight is left. You've been following these tassels, and you do find one about every half hour or so, I would say. Taking it slow kind of gives you this, but probably after about an hour and a half, it becomes pretty dark. You're in the woods. The trees are not so overly overbearing that they're blocking out all light. These woods are not super dense, but you're still, there's still not a lot of light coming in. Every once in a while, you see a star or the moon come through, but that's, very, very becoming quite difficult to see, actually. At this point, everybody go ahead and give me a dexterity check.
Hey, I like this dice. That is dose in a row, baby.
Natural
I got
20?
19.
Yeah.
All right.
Excuse 13.
9.
15.
9. Okay. And then 15 for Vigo? Okay.
Yeah.
So let's see. 20. Loris, what was yours?
19.
19. Okay. And then Erebus, what was yours? Sorry.
Ironically, the lowest. A 13, an 8 plus a.
No, I think Tika's was actually a little lower. So.
Okay.
But that's okay. Tika, it's not that you are. It's not that you are tripping over things. It's more that you are have kind of like lost what you can see, like as a halfling. I don't believe you have dark vision. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay.
That's correct.
So you begin to, though you are still able to kind of maintain the same speed as everyone else, you're starting to not be able to kind of see some of those deeper shadows as you move through. Does anyone else not have dark vision?
Vigo.
I mean,
Vigo,
human,
yes. Okay.
Yeah,
As a
it's
human.
just the two of
Perfect.
them. Yeah.
No, it's nice to have characters that don't have dark vision. So yeah, you both are beginning to slow down, basically. You're both able to not necessarily trip or anything. I mean, Tika, at one point, you do get a branch in the face. You're kind of like, probably Vigo let it go as he walked by. Yeah. And at this point, Erebus, you are beginning to kind of sense that the group is slowing down as it becomes darker.
Hey, Your Highness.
I stop and turn and look at him.
The ones that can't really see too well, I can make a little thing of light for them, but probably will give us away in the dark.
Yeah, I'll just nod. Like, Vigo, come here.
Yeah, what is it?
And how would I call Tiki Teak? Would I just...
If you click, I'm gonna lose my mind. If you click and TT comes.
So here's the thing. Erebus did catch on to what she called herself.
Yeah.
And so if you want to say that you imitated that sound,
okay,
I think that'd be perfectly fine. Because you remember last session you did roll high enough to like begin to understand her kind of sign language that she was using, and so understanding what her name was, you caught all that.
Okay.
Whatever noise he makes, immediately Pappy's gonna just start trying to mouth it.
You and that's fine. I would say, Pappy, give me an intelligence check to see if you
My specialty.
catch on.
That's gonna be a 17.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, you pick up the sound and you understand from the interaction that's kind of what she goes by. The rest of you would have also heard the wizard at the camp say "Tika Teak," or because it's like roll call basically is what was happening at the last. So you would have heard "Tika Teak" if that's what you would have written down.
Okay.
As far as
so when you call her, she whistles back, and then kind of like skips up next to you.
Okay, perfect. And I'm just gonna say, Vigo, you're with me. Tiki Teak, you're with Pappy. Let's continue moving.
Her shoulders just go. Oh.
we're the same size. Come on now, we're little people. Gotta stick together.
I
And
understand.
she just
You need a healer.
slowly trudges back and just the pain.
So as I just grouped us up, so it's me and Vigo, and it's Tiki Teak and Pappy. I'm gonna look over to Loris. I'm just gonna do a head nod, kind of an understood.
Them.
Yeah, you good, Loris? All right.
And I kind of motioned over to Tiki Tiki and Pappy. I was like, "Oh, gotta keep an eye on."
Yeah. All right.
All right. So I do want to call out, like, knowing that this human Vigo is unable to like see. I'm just gonna put my like arm kind of like on his shoulder, and we're just gonna continue movement
Okay.
in hopes that everybody else follows.
So you've been heading north in about the same direction that you've been following these tassels. What do you do to try to find these tassels in the dark? Because at this point, you do have dark vision and you can see, but you cannot see color.
Yeah.
Do our tassels appear any differently? I look down to see if mine like looks different in the dark than it did during the day.
I believe
wouldn't
it
have really
was
noticed it
it
until
2 or
now.
3 stripes on it.
Yeah, I thought it was
I
too
just have-
woven.
Okay, I thought it was 2, but I couldn't quite remember. So 2 stripes on the tassel. So, but again, it's color.
They're yellow
Well-
and blue, yeah.
I can create a bonfire if we like just really need to see.
I mean, I
I
can
think-
literally,
Pappy
I can
could
magically
also,
tinker a little device that just gives you 5 feet of light if we just want to hold it up to see the color and then put it in our pocket.
Yeah.
to hide it.
The wizard
Probably
did say
safer
there
than
were-
a bonfire.
There were dangers in here. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's-
I don't know.
that's
if
the
we should
thing,
make
I
too
don't-
much light.
Yeah, I'm in character. If this is a survival, let's not walk around with a bonfire or a light. I agree with Pappy.
I can put it in my pocket. It'd be good. It'd be good there. Good.
And you
Yeah,
can put the tassel
look.
in your like shirt and then do this light in your shirt.
Perfect.
What Shirt.
Look down there.
What's a shirt?
He doesn't have a
tunic.
shirt on.
No,
Oh.
He
my
has
my
belts.
bands. Yeah, I just have
He
two
has,
belts.
like, bandoliers,
across
bandoliers
my,
across
yeah,
his
Oh.
chest.
bandoliers
Right,
across my
right,
chest.
right.
Now that said,
maybe-
Pappy, you would have a cloak. You would have a cloak over you. I mean, for travel. It's not like you're immune to
Or your bag.
temperature.
You could even put it in, look in your bag. The bag, right?
I do have a bag. I got a bag. Yeah, bag,
In a
bag,
pack.
bag.
You just like put it in your back.
I mean, I could just put it in my pocket when we don't need it, and then just like,
It's a little pocket light.
yeah, a little pocket light,
Yeah.
Like I would just flash it, just flash the light, just like a
And then
flashlight.
flash. Yeah, that's what I would do.
I could just flash
so
it.
yeah,
Right.
I think
and
we
he's
could like
"Oh, this
you know.
guy. He talks an awfully lot.
Who?
So,
You're
Vigo,
right.
Just
Vigo,
royalty,
are
I was trying
shine
to
a
be
light.
stealthy.
if you're trying to be
Fascinating.
stealthy, give me a stealth check.
Well, are we all like huddled together
Huddled
speaking?
Well, I mean, Erebus and Vigo. Erebus has his hand on his shoulder, and you're walking forward at this point. Are you walking and talking, or did you stop to?
Well, that was my
There's
next
a-
question. Have we stopped at a tassel? If we stopped at a tassel, then that's the conversation that I'm having with Pappy. Let's take a look at this. Put it
So
in your
you had.
backpack.
It's been a
Okay.
little bit since you left the last one.
Okay.
I would say at this point you're gonna have to search for it in the dark, or decide to make camp.
17 on my whisper.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you're decently quiet as you whisper it to him. Pappy, give me a perception.
I got,
My
like,
strong
really
suit.
advanced.
That's a 9.
Okay. Yeah, you didn't hear him. So
So I'm just gonna continue whispering back to Vigo. It sounds like he knows what he's talking about. Let's hear him out. Go from here. But I do think we need to set up camp soon.
okay. Tika.
It doesn't smell different, does it? The tassel doesn't have a distinct smell. It's just the same materials.
Nothing distinguishable. No,
Okay.
it's just some
Okay.
kind of like cloth colored tassels. So
Okay.
it's kind of woven with a couple stripes on it.
Right.
So-
And the rest of the tassels have those same number of stripes. There's not like a different number of stripes on ours as there are
All
on
of your
others.
tassels, yeah, all of the tassels and the ones
Okay.
you've been following are green, with the two kind of yellow gold stripes. So
Gotcha. And the
So
rest,
we're
and the rest
totally
as well.
against just like using a torch to see where we're going.
at this point, no, you haven't used a light
We've
at
been
all.
using so we've been using dark vision.
So the three of you have dark vision, have been kind
Right.
of trying to lead the two that don't. You've been going at a slower pace, so it's been about the same. I would say for this last kind of stretch until you guys decide to do whatever, everybody give me a Vigo and Tika, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Let's go.
17.
Fancy.
I need to throw these dice away. 9.
Okay. So Tika, it has been quite difficult to hold on to Pappy because his erratic movement as he doesn't walk in a straight line. He kind of ambles over a boulder here and then over here, and it kind of like goes over a large root and then around another root. And so he's leading you. You're basically blind at this point. And you keep losing him. He stops, lets you put your hand on his shoulder or his pack or whatever. But you are tired. And you have a point of exhaustion as you guys stop to try to decide what you're going to do after about half an hour.
Probably doesn't matter, but I rolled a check the first time. I rolled a save, and I got a 22.
Okay. Yeah, you're fine.
Am I seeing this? Like, do I hear? Do I see Tiki T kind of struggling?
I would see it, right? Because I actually
Yeah, you
said
were
that I
watching
was
him.
keeping an
Loris
eye on
Loris
him.
would kind of know. I would say, Loris, what would you do to try to assist Tika in this?
Well, if Pappy is kind of going around all squirrely, I would, help. Like, I know we're trying to be stealthy, but I would like call out like major obstacles.
Sure,
I
kind of like
would maybe help
kind
them
of
like
whisper like
guide
rock
like
on your left,
an appropriate
branch on your right.
pace. Yeah.
Can I
Okay.
do
Yeah.
something?
Sure.
Can I fall back to Tika when I notice she's struggling? Reach out, put my hand on her shoulder, and cast guidance.
You can. However, guidance is not long lasting. I don't believe.
I have to concentrate. Yeah, it would just be for a minute.
I was gonna say it only lasts for a minute, so I think that you probably absolutely would do that, thinking it would last a long time.
So out of all this transpiring, I notice like the tassels. I can't see the color. I can hear the fumbling behind me. I'm just going to turn to the group and say, the way I see it is, we have two options. We can continue going into the next tassel, or we can set up a base and wait until dawn. You might have any strong feelings one way or the other.
Because
I
is
think-
saying us keep going, but like she's obviously tired. She doesn't want to slow down the party, and so she's like, no, we're fine. Let's keep moving.
Here's what I'll do, because the two
I
of
think
you.
we could keep going, but I think we might want to consider using torchlight to make it a little easier on half the group that doesn't see in the dark.
Yes.
I would say this, Tika, since your party members wanted to help you, I will say you don't have a point of exhaustion, but you do have to subtract a d4 from any rolls before
Okay.
you get a long rest.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm hearing a torchlight. Let's continue moving. Anybody want to put up a patrol
That's
base?
kind of my thought.
I'm good with whichever you want, Your Highness.
How long have we been going?
Since you entered the woods, you've probably been going for 4 hours.
So
You've been
is it
going at a
like
slower pace.
9 p.m., midnight?
It's probably getting close to like the 10 p.m. Like you probably entered the woods around 6 or so, like that twilight period, and then it's been it's been dark for most of while you've been in the woods.
Turn over to Erebus. I'm pretty tired. I could go a couple of hours, but I'm still not keen on lighting a torch.
Hey, Pappy, what's your light? Show me your light.
Okay. Then I'm gonna just pull out my tools. I'm gonna tinker for a bit, and then I'm gonna just like uncut my hand and show this little tiny like it's almost like a rock. It almost looks like bioluminescent in a way, but it just gives off a faint light that you can see about 5 feet around it. And then I'm gonna close it back up in my hands real quick.
And Seth, is this less than a torchlight?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, because it's just dim light.
Yeah,
for
just dim light
5
for
feet.
5 feet.
It's not a bright light for 5 and dim for 10. Isn't that what a torch is? Something like that.
I think a torch is bright light for 5 and then dim for 10, right?
Yeah.
I think it's 15 total.
Okay.
I think so. It is less than that though.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna grab Pappy by whatever belt or whatever nonsense he's wearing.
Yeah.
All right, you're on point. You're with me. So I'm gonna pull him with me, and we're gonna continue moving, but him with his little light.
Okay.
My
Absolutely.
flashlight. I'm a flash it.
And is this
Ball.
Pappy? Is this one of your
Magic
tinkering?
tinkerings, yes.
Okay.
Mm.
So make sure you mark that, because I believe you only have a couple.
3
Per-
total. I can have
three per
3 up
day?
at any time.
Or yeah. It's not per day. It's just you can have 3 at a time.
It just
So-
says I can have 3. Yeah, once I create the 4th one, the first
You
one
would-
goes away.
right. Exactly. Okay. Yeah. So you all proceed. Let's do this. How long do you want to continue going? Roughly.
So in the back of my mind, I'm aware of Tiki Teak, and given our like history, I have a weird bond with her. And so like I'm mindful, and I'm trying to listen if it's getting worse, if it's getting more like if it's slowing us down. And honestly, for me, I'm gonna stop the group the moment I think Tiki Teak's done for the night.
Vigo's gonna start around midnight. Vigo's gonna start talking about how his mom told him that he needs at least 6 hours of sleep each night to be healthy.
Okay. All right. So we'll say you get close to midnight. So at this point, you would have traveled about 6 hours. You would have made a fair amount. It has been a little bit of a struggle to find your colored tassels, but you do find them. And so you all are kind of winding down to stop and try to make a camp, I guess. Okay.
That'd be my recommendation. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead and give me a survival check.
All of us.
A couple of you. Okay. Erebus, who else?
I'll make one.
Okay.
8
Pappy?
for me.
Oh yeah. Give me that 12.
A dirty 20.
Okay. Erebus, easy enough. You're able to find a clearing that is not too far from some water, actually. There's a couple stones jutting up in the area, kind of like you've come to a stream, basically, and a little bit of a break within the trees. And you're able to kind of like tuck yourself into some of the trees a little bit. And what do? Do you make a camp? Do you make a fire? Do you...
No, I think as a survivalist, I'm going to cover myself in mud, and I'm going to blend in with the ground.
Okay. Give me a... How about a stealth
Performance check.
Performance or stealth? I'll let you do either one.
I'm going stealth.
Constitution check, sleeping in cold mud. I don't know.
He's trying to look like me.
What is that? Up to 4? A 4 plus 9, 13.
Okay. Yeah, not too bad, actually. I mean, you think it might pass most game out here's perception. So what are the rest of you doing?
I'm starting a fire.
Oh no!
Yeah, what is it? What's the
Tika
temperature?
is definitely starting a fire.
Yeah.
What's the weather? Is it cold? Is it?
It's like a cool evening for sure.
I'm getting my bag out
Because it is
and,
fall. I mean, this is like a harvest festival. So, it would be probably nice medium temperatures, maybe a little bit on the warm side during the day and then cool at night. So,
yeah, I'm getting my bag out and I'm staying warm. I'm not like building a shelter.
Tika,
But
make a dexterity check.
See, I'm picturing. By the way, I'd be helping Tika get a fire going because Pappy's old bones would need a fire.
Well, here's what we're doing.
While watching Erebus, like, what is he doing? Golly, what is he?
Yeah, make a dexterity check.
18.
Okay, you
That's
have
with
a
the D4.
You have a fire going before Erebus knows what's happening. That's really what
He's
it
like
is.
handfuls of mud, like fire roars. He's like,
Erebus is like lathering himself in mud, and Tika has a fire like that, and her ranger outdoor craft is just instantly. Pappy's over there like, oh yeah, kind of warming his hands. He's like feeding some sticks on it. Not big fire, I'm assuming, Tika, but
No.
Okay.
No, small enough just to warm.
But it's
and
there.
honestly, I mean, it's there, and so I can see. Okay. I can now see at least a few feet out away from that fire. Like, okay, I've got a little bit of perimeter now.
All right.
So not this. So you don't want this on there? As Pappy holds up like a log you found.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. So if you guys are gonna bed down, who's taking a turn at the watch, or are you setting a watch?
if we have already set up our little areas, given I only have to have for like 4 hours, a shorter rest period, I'm gonna volunteer for the first watch.
Okay. Are you taking just like the first 2-hour watch, or are you trying to say you'll take like the first half of the night?
The first half of the night, since I only need 4 hours for a full rest.
Okay.
So.
And you tell that to the group. It's easy enough. All right. So anyone else volunteering to stay up, or are you all going to go ahead and bed down while he does that?
Pappy is already snoring by this point. His old age is taking over. Like he as soon as fire got going, he wasn't allowed to put the log on. Kind of nestled down against a rock and just.
Vigo lies down. If there's anyone not snoring, convenient to talk to, he would probably try and talk to them.
I would say that Tika's laying down and it would listen, but she is like trying to get comfortable, trying to get some rest. Her thought process is when the sun comes up, I'll be a lot more useful. So let me rest now while it's dark.
Nice.
But I'm open to talk. I'm not opposed to that.
I'll probably share the first watch, but still give myself time to get fully rested.
So if Tika's eyes are closed and Pappy's sleeping, I'll drift off to sleep. Like, are Pappy's hands and or feet like exposed?
Yeah, he's just kind of probably propped up on a rock, just barely got his traveling cloak kind of pulled around.
Pappy would have Pappy as a Zetali. While he can shift, I mean, he probably still would have some sort of like wraps or something that would maybe move with him as he transformed. So he would have something. It wouldn't be quite barefoot. He's not a hobbit, so he's not covered in hair and thick pads
if
down
his
there.
hands are exposed, I would fall asleep, like trying to get a good look at him, curious about how they shapeshift.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
I mean,
nobody left to talk to, so I'll go to sleep.
Okay. They look like normal hands, just kind of blue and gray. So, I mean, he looks like a halfling, just different coloration, basically.
You guys really want to see my hands do some weird stuff, don't you?
What'd you say?
If you weren't sleeping, I would be asking you to do parlor tricks right now. But
what did you ask Vigo about him?
Do they have fingernails and like normal wrinkles, or like?
Yeah. Yep. Like I said, looks like a normal, halfling person.
Not gonna lose it the first time my hands like morph into something.
I mean, they definitely. I mean, okay. Let me put it this way. I would say less wrinkles, more smoother, probably because of the elasticity of their skin. So he's not that old. He's not like an old Zetali. He's middle-aged as far as Zetali go. So.
Yeah,
all right.
97 years young.
That's right. Okay, so you guys all bed down?
Except for me.
Yeah. Okay. Erebus, since you're taking the first 2 watches, I need you to give me 1 perception check for the first watch.
11.
Okay. You settle in, and you start to hear kind of the sounds of the forest. Nothing too much going on. Go ahead and give me a roll for the second watch.
Okay. 9.
Okay. You are probably halfway through your second watch, and you notice Pappy snoring over there. You see Vigo curled up, kind of behind and above him, like on like a tree, where it kind of is like weird, like he was like sitting there maybe over Pappy and then fell asleep. I don't know. Does Vigo like talk in his sleep or anything? Or is he just like out, like a good teenager where they're just like dead.
I
You
don't.
know.
I wouldn't think that he would.
Okay.
No.
All right. Yeah, Vigo's just like conked out. Loris, how would you sleep or arrange yourself around the fire?
Like in my bag on my side, kind of facing the fire to stay warm.
Okay. And then Tika.
That's assuming it's not like terribly windy or something like that, and I'm not like
No, it's
breathing
not. It's not
smoky
too
the whole
windy.
time I'm asleep.
So-
Okay.
Where
You're
was
in the middle of woods, basically.
where was Pappy in regards to the big log he had?
I just
Pappy
tossed it to the side.
Yeah, and then he
So
was
I
kind of
would say
like
that
by
she-
it.
Okay, so I would say she would probably with her back to the log so that like what she can't see is at least covered a little bit. So that would probably how she would sleep. With her back to the log on her side, so that she'd be somewhat ready if she needed to be.
Okay, awesome. Well, as you all sleep,
Yeah, yeah. The 9 wasn't good enough. The 9 wasn't good enough.
Erebus, you hear before you see a kind of whooshing sound. And you see blackness, shadowy blackness. You see it just briefly as it jumps towards Loris.
So,
I'm going to need everybody to roll for initiative.
Roll for initiative.
Expendable.
True to form. Now he starts rolling like Durden.
Yeah.
I've got 11.
Ooh, 20. A dirty 20.
7.
Okay. I don't know if you can see it at the moment, but there should be a map in Alchemy.
Grid.
Yes.
Things are changing.
You said
I
you
see
only see.
squares.
Do you only see the squares?
Only see
I
squares.
just see
Okay.
black
For whatever
squares.
reason, this map keeps getting put down and to the right. So zoom all the way out
I see
and
it,
then
I see it.
pull it up from the right corner, and it should
Oh,
come
yeah.
into focus.
Okay.
I don't know why it keeps doing that, but it keeps doing it.
That's weird.
Very nice.
Okay.
So, all right. You all.
Happy
here-
rolled a 5, by the way.
Let's see. So you all are actually. Let me find where you're at. You are in the upper right corner, and I'm gonna drag you out here.
There we go.
It's me.
You're kind of in these logs over here. There's Loris. There's Tika. There's Vigo. And Reborn, you are not in the game.
Am I gone again?
It just says you're offline.
Hey, hold on. I'm closing. I'm reopening. But what is it? These virtual tabletops? I can never get the one that Heels
know,
uses
right?
too.
Okay.
They just hate me. Now what? Am I in? I'm in.
So, yeah,
Yeah,
you're
you're
in. All right. So Erebus, kind of seeing where the others are arranged here. If you zoom in, you've got, I would say right here, and then like kind of in the middle of you guys is the fire. So, let's see.
Where's the shadow?
Sorry, it's coming here.
I remember the first time another traveling party I was part of decided to take camp and roll poorly on our watches. These two wild displacer beasts come out and just about TPK'd the entire party at like level 3 or 4.
Yeah, let's hope it's not a displacer beast.
Let's go.
Level 1.
We couldn't figure out what to do with the stinking things.
Dave had some halflings come into an inn one time and literally just steal all of our stuff. We might as well have died. We just had nothing left.
They were ninja halflings. To be
The
honest.
reset.
right.
They were
Ninja halfling.
All right,
ridiculous.
so
They were
you
absurd.
see this shadowy creature, Erebus, and it actually looks bestial. What you can see as it's basically coming down and swiping at Loris is you see this shadowy two-legged creature that kind of looks to you like bird-like or raptor-like, little avian, but like large. But it is completely black, and in fact, it's kind of looks like it's wrapped in smoke a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, Loris. Hold on a second, guys.
As you're doing that, when I hear the swoosh and I'm seeing the figure, is it like northbound, like bottom up, or
So
is it
it's coming over the log behind
So-
him. So it's coming from the
okay,
west.
east? Okay, so easterly.
Yeah, there's two. If you're zoomed in on the map,
Yeah.
it is coming easterly over the log, basically that Loris was using.
Tracking.
We
that's
can't
kind of
see
between
them
those
on
two
the map,
trees.
by the way, Seth, unless you don't want us to yet.
Yeah, I don't want you to yet. So.
Okay.
No, I'll put it out here 1 second. There it is. It doesn't have a hand, but that was the first token that I found when it said shadow. So it is, like I said, it is more raptor avian, kind of like you don't see feathers or anything. It just looks like shadow, jet black. There's no light, but you do see it as it basically rears up and takes a swipe.
Okay.
Okay. Loris, you
Yeah.
awaken with a sharp pain. Real quick, 1 second. Let me get something here. Sorry, I lost my music. It's not playing for some reason. Okay. This is what we're doing.
Nice.
If you can hear it. Can you
Who are
guys
we
hear it?
listening?
Probably just when I talk. It was. Let me see if I can put it back in here. Oh, no, that's not it. turn it off there. And put it here.
I think it's going through the stream is what
It
Austin's
was.
saying.
There we go.
Oh,
Now
there we
you
go,
should
yeah.
be able to hear it.
Fancy.
Yeah.
You may need to turn it down though, because I can hear it coming through.
How do I turn it down?
Hold on.
So loud.
Is it? Okay, hold on. There should be a filter.
Sounds exciting.
Sounds good.
Yeah, good on my end.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I don't think they hear it in stream, by the way.
Okay. You know what? I know why. Sorry, guys. First encounter, new software.
Fight! Win!
I'm motivated. Let's go.
There we go. I bet you can hear it in... hopefully you can hear it in chat now. Let me know. In the stream. Perfect. Okay. Austin says he can hear it. Okay. Here we go. Loris, you are going to take some damage.
Lightning damage, I hope.
Not lightning damage.
I suspected it was not going to be lightning damage.
This thing is swiping with its foot.
With a, you see a claw basically reach out and
Like,
swipe.
whoa. The fire is still going.
Fire's still going. Okay, here. Let's see. Okay, somehow I don't have some of you guys in here. That's okay. We'll manage. Okay. First. What was your initiative?
11.
Okay. Tika?
Yep.
What was yours? Initiative?
My initiative was, I think it was 11. I
Okay.
don't have it anymore.
Erebus?
Twinsies.
I had a dirty 20.
Okay.
No, I was 7. I was
5
7.
for
I was
Reborn.
7.
For Pappy.
Ooh, a little slow to get up.
And Vigo.
16.
Nice.
Okay. Okay, so real quick, let's see.
So a lot of suspense around whether or not I'm going to survive this initial hit.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so
Because I very well may go down to zilch on this.
yes,
This
and then-
guy's
well,
hitting me
you're
while
the
I'm
monster.
asleep.
Oh, that's right. We're all level 1, huh?
Yeah. So
I
they got
have to lose a D4 on every roll, right?
yes.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, you take 5 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And that was the sneak attack damage that it got on you. So,
Yep.
all right. With that, we're going to go to the top of the round with Erebus. You see this shadowy creature come up and swipe at Loris. Loris, you immediately feel this pain of this slashing attack of a claw reaching, and you look up into the maw and shadowy visage of this creature. You see everything is very dark, and you can only make out the shape of a head, but you see some like glittering eyes and an open mouth and some Erebus.
Yeah, what'd you do that for? I'm mad.
Okay.
So mad.
Yeah. So I immediately hand on rapier. I draw my rapier and I make movement towards the shadowy figure. Now, my assumption, as he's engaged with Loris, I've got advantage on the roll.
As a rogue. Yes, you would get your. Hold on.
What if I roll twice or not?
Yeah. I'm trying to remember here. Sorry, first time for sneak attack here. Let's see. Okay. Yes. Correct. All right,
Okay.
I'm prepared. Yes, they are engaged with this, so you don't need that.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna roll with my rapier. The first one is 11. And the second one is 15. So 15 to hit.
Uh, 15 hits. Oh, actually, hold on. Real quick.
Yeah.
Roll with disadvantage.
With disadvantage. So if I had advantage and then disadvantage, it's just
Okay,
the one.
so right.
Okay. All right, so that'll
Sorry.
be 11.
Okay.
My first roll was 11. So.
Okay. You reach out and swing at it, and it looks like you carve smoke off of it, but it does nothing.
Okay. With my last, I guess, a bonus action, I'm just going to yell out to try to wake everybody up. Just,
Okay. Yeah. Absolutely.
Contact!
Okay. Obviously, Loris is already awake. And Vigo, you are... Oh, hold on.
I think we're about to
Yeah,
find
Vigo,
the creature.
you're up next.
Okay. I'm up and ready to go.
Yes.
Okay. Is this creature like anything I've seen before?
No, you've never seen anything like it before.
Knowing what I know from my background, do I think that it's alive or undead?
You can't
Or do I
tell.
know?
Yeah, nothing from your background is going to tell you this.
We're gonna... I just woke up, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So... I reach out with my hands, move them around, and I attempt to cast a sacred flame at this thing.
Okay. That is a dexterity, I believe. Correct?
It is, yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
Dex 14.
You said 14?
Yeah.
Okay. That is... no, they actually failed. So...
Nice.
So you see As this happens, and you're fortunate because you didn't have to roll for the attack. I had to roll for the save. You see this flaming jet of energy shoot out from Vigo's hand. Vigo, what does your radiant energy, your divine magic, look like?
So, divine magic on this one probably shoot out of my hand. It's I would say it's the iconic, like, really bright light.
Okay.
Shooting out, but it has sort of spiraling green flecks that go around it as the rays going out.
Okay. So kind of like a bright white with kind of like some green like flecks going through it. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so your sacred flame shoots out. Roll for some damage for me.
3. Unfortunately.
3.
Terrible
Okay,
roll.
that's okay.
Yeah. So I am.
Okay. But you do hit it, and it takes damage, and you see that it's like, you see the smoke kind of like lessen for a minute. And Erebus, you see in this moment a more defined shape that you get the sense of. Sorry?
I was just asking if I recognize the shape.
It's still the same shape of kind of a raptor-like thing. Give me an intelligence check. In fact, or history with advantage even for you.
I'll just do history. So the first one,
Or nature. One of those three. Any of those three will work, honestly.
A 19 and a 12, so 19.
Okay. You know this to be a shade stalker. This is a raptor-like, not, basically like, runs on 2 legs very fast. It does have these kind of protruding claws, kind of raptor-like again, and a long tail going out behind it. However, you know that it is usually wrapped in shadow and is very hard to hit. When you hit it, there's a brief moment where that kind of shadowy protection, that shadowy evasion disappears. But you know that it's usually can kind of come back, and it can kind of like protect it, like that shadow, that kind of smoke that covers it is kind of its like defense mechanism.
Mm.
So, but you know that they are quite dangerous. Okay. Let's see, Vigo. Is there anything else you want to do?
I don't need to move.
You have a bonus action
didn't
left,
see- and I
or
didn't see
movement.
No movement. I didn't see the first attack, did I?
You did not.
Or it
Well,
missed or shaved off smoke.
give me a perception check with disadvantage as you're waking up. We'll see if you notice Vigo, or not Vigo. We'll see if you notice Loris bleeding underneath this creature.
Oh yeah, I am bloodied, by the way.
Okay, pretty good at 19 and a 15 plus 4, which is 19.
Okay. Yeah, you notice as you came awake and you shot it, as that magic left your hand, you did notice Loris was on the ground and like clutching the wound that he has already taken.
But so did I see Erebus's attack shave off smoke and be ineffective? That's what-
You didn't necessarily see that
okay.
because his
then
shout is what woke you up.
I think I'm done.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Next we have Loris and Tika. What are your dexterity?
Mine was actually a 7. Mine was a 7. It wasn't 11. He's up next. I
Oh, okay.
got the
So
number wrong.
Loris, you are actually up next. You are prone in front of this creature. What do you want to do?
Can I disengage and then move away at half speed while prone?
I will say, yeah. I'll say you can. You want to crawl away, basically, or try to like.
Yeah, I
roll,
want
scramble away,
to
kind of
crawl
thing?
away without.
Yeah, it's
giving an
basically standing on the
opportunity
log over
to-
you. Yeah, you can use your action to disengage,
Okay.
and try to crawl away. So,
So I will
where do you want to
disengage.
move?
I want to move basically down and right 2 squares so that I'm kind of actually behind Vigo and Pappy.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. So you've got about 15 feet of movement. So I would say, so you're wanting to try to get to like right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yep,
would say
just
I would say you
squares.
that is about as far as you could get there. So.
Yep.
Um,
So
you kind of scramble
I'll do
over
that.
and like flip over Pappy, who's still laying on the ground.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Anything for a bonus action?
I have no idea if this is going to be understood or not, but I look at the Shade Stalker and I use telepathic speech to talk to it in the primordial language.
Okay.
And I tell it that we are certainly going to kill it. And
Okay.
it will really regret waking me up, especially by hitting me. And I'm really mad at it.
Okay. You don't really see a reaction.
I don't think it speaks primordial.
Okay, Tika, it is your turn.
So, so this is my first combat in a long time. So be gentle with me here.
You're fine. You're good.
I think likely as Loris is rolling away, I think she's moving in between. So like if I'm looking like cutting across near where the fire is to try and get between Loris and the creature, while probably knocking an arrow and getting ready to fire, trying to get clear of Erebus's line, so that he's not in the line of where she's firing necessarily,
Mhm.
and moving to also try and provide a little bit of cover for
Okay.
Loris while.
Can you
getting
move
ready.
yourself, by the way? I think
Let
you
me
can.
see.
I think you can because you're assigned to that character. Yes.
Yeah, I was able to
Nice.
get myself.
So like that's the movement she would be taking, would be kind of coming to
Okay.
here
Yeah, absolutely.
ish.
And yeah, you're just gonna knock an arrow and fire.
Yep.
Okay. Straight roll. No disadvantage.
No disadvantage, but I do lose my D4, correct?
Yes.
All right.
You still get to add your modifier, but you do have to then take
Yeah.
off a d4.
Yeah. All right. So that's better. Because it was a 1, and I'm lucky I get to roll again.
Halfling luck.
Much better. So, let's see. It's a 16 plus my modifier is dexterity, so that's 20. Yeah,
Okay.
it's 20.
Okay. And then did you subtract your d4?
I did.
Okay. So 20. Okay. Perfect. Yes, absolutely hits. Roll for some damage. So you pop up, knock an arrow, take, kind of dash over there and take a shot. Roll for some damage.
Okay, and not minus my D4, correct?
No, not on damage, no.
Okay.
Just on attacks or ability or saves.
It's 10.
10 damage. Fantastic. You see this creature, the smoke kind of lessens, and you've got a good shot. You take it, hit it right in the shoulder. Very good. 10 points of damage. It snarls at you as it feels the arrow pierce into it. It does not like that. It also sees you skitter across. All right. Pappy, it is your turn. Oh, actually, no. Just kidding. It's the creature's turn. Seeing you, Tika, jump across in front of it and shoot with an arrow, it does not like that. Erebus, it actually kind of ignores you because you've not done anything to it yet, and it leaps across to Tika, and this time it actually tries to bite at Tika.
Was it engaged with?
Yeah, it was.
Would he get an attack on the jump?
Yeah, it wasn't a jump like an ability jump. So yes, it just basically kind of like takes off the log. So, Erebus, if you would like an attack of opportunity, you may take one.
Okay.
I won't call them out again.
That'd be it's a 12 plus, and my mind went blank. 12 plus what? Is there like proficiency or
Whatever your hit modifier is.
Yes.
whatever the hit modifier?
Yeah.
Okay.
Your
Yeah,
team
You're
under
attacking with your
action.
rapier.
All right. So it's a 12 plus 7, 19.
absolutely hits because it still doesn't have its smoke yet.
Okay. Roll damage.
Mhm.
9 points of piercing damage.
Okay, 9 points. You stab it, but it just kind of, it kind of like leaps off of the stab, off of the blade as it moves forward to Tika. You said 9, right?
9 points of piercing.
Perfect. All right, Tika, it's going to attack you. I am assuming a 7 does not hit you, but it does then swipe at you with its claw as well. Does a 12 hit you?
Is it armor class?
Yeah, armor class.
Yeah. Armor class is 16, so it misses.
It misses. Awesome. So it feels that piercing stab right as it goes through. It does not like that, and so then it's just there over you, Tika. It gnashes its teeth trying to bite you. You kind of dodge out of the way, and you're a small creature there, but it's quite large. But that's its turn. Although you do see the smoke kind of like billow around it again, and it resumes its. It looks much more writhed in shadow.
And so it dissipated when Vigo hit it, and now it's come
Correct.
back.
And now has come back.
Okay.
At the end of its turn. So.
Loris, are you dying?
Sorry, it
Or are you
is now. Erebus, it's actually your
Pappy.
turn now. Top of the round.
No Pappy? No
it's
Pappy?
Oh, sorry, Pappy. Pappy's sleeping.
I'm the little guy. I get forgotten. What I gonna say?
Pappy, go for it.
Okay, so as Pappy gets up, he's kind of wiping his eyes, and he just sees this shadowy form come at and take 2 swipes at Tiku, who's now standing next to him, and he's just gonna pop up, and immediately he's going to. I want to go ahead and try to swing at him with my fist, but on the way, it's going to morph into a hammerhead.
Okay, so you shift your hand into a hammer. Go ahead and roll for an attack with disadvantage.
Or did you mean a hammerhead shark? Like that's what it was shifting into?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'll take that. It's a dirty 20 with disadvantage.
Okay, all right.
I rolled an 18 to 16, and I got a +4 to it. So I'll
Roll
take
me
it.
some damage then.
Yeah. That is going to be 8 total damage.
8 total. Awesome. Okay. Very good. Very good.
And you said this thing looks kind of aviary but raptor-like?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so before, let's see. Okay. All right. So, Pappy, you finish your turn. Actually, Erebus, it's your turn. And Okay. Yep. Your turn. What do you want to do?
Okay. Seeing the commotion and the smoke that is around him, I'm actually going to make movement to the campfire. Now I'm going to use my action to grab one of the embers, maybe one of the twigs that's on fire, and I want to throw that towards the shape shifter. What are we calling it? Sorry, Shade Stalker.
Shadow Stalker.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if like shining light or putting it in the light will do anything to its armor.
Okay. So what are you doing with? Sorry, say that again. What are you doing with light?
Yeah, so I wanted to run to the campfire, use my action to interact with an object like a twig that has fire on it, and I want to throw that twig with fire in the direction of the enemy.
And you're saying did you say as a bonus action or as an action?
As my action to interact with an object.
I was gonna say yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah. Okay. So you are able to, you pick up like a small branch that's like sticking out of the fire, and you throw it at it.
I will. Yeah.
Give me a attack roll. Hold on. Yeah, just a normal attack roll.
It's a 17.
Okay. You did notice that because Tika actually hit it.
I hit it?
Or no, Pappy actually hit it. The smoke did diminish again.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
So
Checking.
Yeah. It's very Displacer Beast-esque, but it's not.
Check.
So,
Yep.
Okay, you see then. Yeah. What? Go ahead and give me a roll a d4.
A D4.
Sure.
You hit it with a stick.
Sticks on fire.
Got it with that stick.
It's a 3.
Okay. Because it's just a
Funny.
stick on fire and not like a flaming arrow, it's gonna take half of that.
What if I threw it really hard?
And it's gonna take 1 point of fire damage from that. But you have bonus action.
Yeah, I don't know. So I would have gotten the fire. Yeah, I don't think I would have made. I'm actually going to move into a flanking position. I'm going to use the rest of my movement.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and move
Okay.
yourself.
Yeah, if you don't mind moving,
Yep.
I'm going to move to a flanking position, kind of in the maybe 7 o'clock position of the enemy.
Okay. All right. So right now it's I was gonna say right now it's facing them. Pappy's there. Okay. Let's see. Vigo, you are up next.
Okay. How does Loris look? Is he dying? Is he bloodied?
Loris
Bloodied.
is pretty hurt.
Bloodied?
Yeah, he's bloodied.
How does the Shadow Beast look?
You see
Pretty
some
good shape?
because there's less shadow wrapped around it right now. You do see some a good kind of stab mark that seems to be bleeding, and you see a
Some ash marks.
a smash mark from the hammer there. Yes, you see this flaming stick hit it in the face, and some sparks get in its eyes.
Okay.
Hammer fist.
Reach down to Loris and touch him and cast Cure Wounds. For 5 points of heal.
For 5 points? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So Loris takes some healing.
And on movement, I'm curious, do 5th edition, I don't remember, do your companions block your shots or get in the way? They provide cover for the battle?
They don't exactly provide cover.
Do I have
not-
a better shot if I move, or can I shoot the thing from here?
No, you could shoot it. So you could shoot like through a space that your friend is in.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will stay where I am. No one is dying. That's the only thing I can do with a bonus, so I'm done.
Okay. Okay, so did you cast a bonus action, or you still have your action?
No, it's full action for Cure Wounds.
Oh, Cure Wounds.
And-
Okay.
Yeah.
Now
and so
that's
that
touch
healed him
based. So did you ran up to him?
We're
Yeah,
standing next to
he
each
was
other.
already next to do. Yeah.
Oh,
rolled
right, Loris. Yes, he moved back to you. Sorry.
I'm actually
thinking
laying
Tika.
next to him.
You're actually
If
like
only
prone
there
on
was
the
a
ground.
map that had icons that we could see where we were.
It's okay.
Right,
You
right.
were looking at other stuff, but I
Yes.
reached down next to me and touched
Okay,
him, healed him
perfect.
for 5 points, and
Okay.
decided I don't need to move.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. Let's see. Loris, it is your turn.
I stand up
Okay.
and I I look at the smoky raptor monster thing,
Mhm.
and I cast Mind Sliver
Okay.
at it. So it's
What's the
kind
saving
of
throw on that?
speak in a kind of, I don't know, primordial, chaotic kind of sounding verbal. It's a verbal spell.
Okay.
And then so that is a DC 14 intelligence check for the monster.
Intelligence.
Because it doesn't seem too smart. So that's my thinking.
Probably not.
It did seem a little constitution-y though, so I was avoiding those.
Okay. So yeah, it kind of reels its head. Roll some damage for me.
All right. Damage is 1d6. So 1. Emphasis on the 1.
Okay.
And it also subtracts 1d4 from any saving throws until the end of my next turn.
Oh, fantastic. Okay. I'll set that aside. Okay.
And sorry, I missed. What was the result of the cure wounds? Did I get some hit points back from that?
Five.
You should be full up.
5.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So yeah, it reels from this, and it's starting to stumble a little bit. As you do that, do you have anything else?
No.
Yeah, so you hit it with that, and it kind of rears and gnashes his teeth a little bit. As you hear that, Loris, you hear another whooshing sound. And coming from the south, you see another of these creatures. As it enters its turn order and rushes right at you
Oh, good grief.
and is going to attack you.
You got some steak
Sorry,
on you,
you
dude.
moved to the south, okay? I was already there.
These things hate you.
Poor Lord.
I know how this ends.
18. Does an 18 hit you?
Yes.
Okay.
Did Pappy slip beef jerky in your back pocket? Is that what happened?
That is
I think
7
Shadow
points.
jerky. They smell me.
7 points of piercing damage.
Okay, well, I am not looking too good.
Okay.
7 points.
Yeah, 7 points.
Jeez.
And then it is going to actually make its second attack with its claws.
What?
14. Does a 14 hit?
That is a hit.
You're gonna die, son.
Mhm.
He's only got 1 hit point.
Yeah, I'm down to 1, so hopefully
Okay.
you roll less than a 1.
That is 4. No,
So I'm at.
that is
0.
5 points. Now, here's the thing.
How does that work?
So,
Doing the special
one thing
yeah.
that we are doing differently than our standard death rules is we're going to be using a system called the Cycle by Abyssal Brews. They are fantastic. Love those guys. But basically what it does is when you drop to 0 hit points, you're not immediately unconscious or you don't get to do anything else. Go ahead and pull that up. It should be in the chat there. So.
Or in your special Hearth and Hammer folder on your computer. That could also be worth
If you've already downloaded it, yes, it will be in that. It should just be a PDF. And go ahead and look at that while we move on to the next in the initiative order. Okay. For those watching or listening, essentially what it is it instead of immediately going down, you become almost like you are bleeding. You're bleeding out, but you still have movement. You're gasping. Everything is at a struggle or a disadvantage, and you are, but you still have potentially something to contribute to a battle. So, and we can talk about that later. But Tika, it is now your turn.
Okay, so so does she hear this noise as well? Is she aware that it's back there, or
roll a perception check for me? Or what's your what's your passive perception?
My passive perception is 17.
Okay, yeah, you notice it.
Okay, so
it's like 10 feet behind you, and so you would hear this kind of whoosh, and then like an angry snap and attacking claw, like growling, stuff like that.
So again, she's on the move, or is she engaged? Is she engaged?
You're engaged with the other one. It didn't hit you, but you are still within 5 feet of it.
Okay. Okay.
It's looking. I'll give you this too with your perception. The one in front of you is looking pretty hurt.
Okay. And do I have disadvantage on using a bow and arrow at this close distance?
If you're going to shoot at the one right in front of you, yes.
Okay.
The one, yeah. Even though there is no shadow wrapped around it because it's a ranged attack, yes. You would also have disadvantage on the other one because it is still wrapped in shadow.
Gotcha. Okay. So then, what I'm going to do then is, can I pull my dagger out? Use my dagger?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that then. And so I'm going to attack the one that's in front of me with the dagger, even though, the thing snuck up. Let's just try to take that out. So, attacking minus my 4. And so that is a 13.
Okay. Hold on real quick. Loris, how much damage did you do again? You did 1?
You did 1. Emphasis on the 1.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Did you say Loris? Yeah, when I hit it, I just did 1 damage.
Okay. Just making sure.
Sorry, I'm reading this.
No, you're fine. I just want to make sure I am keeping track. Okay. And then, what did you roll? Tika?
13.
13. No, unfortunately, you reach out and you, while it's not, you feel you kind of hit it. It just kind of glanced off its hide.
Okay.
Anything else?
No, that's kind of where I'm stuck.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm stuck.
All right. All right. It is actually the first creature's turn now before Pappy. And it is going to, it's going to strike at Tika again. 14.
16.
Okay. So it tries to bite at you and it misses. It did, however, get a natural 20 on the claw attack.
Okay.
I'm going to use my reaction. Oh,
Okay.
wait, it was a
natural 20.
Yeah, it's not gonna affect it then at all. Never mind. I was going to use my reaction, but it's not going to affect it at that point. So
Okay, so it is going to do 6 points of slashing damage to you.
man, one less. I need to be one less for it to be really epic.
Okay. And it is angry. And now as it finishes its turn, the smoke kind of billows up around it once again. Okay. Now we are at
Pappy.
Pappy. Yep.
Sorry, I dropped the dice. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just take my hammer hand and try to slam this one in front of me again. That's going to be a 17.
Now you do have disadvantage.
I rolled
Okay.
2. I got a 17 to 13.
Perfect. Okay. Yes, absolutely hits. Go ahead.
That's going to be 9 points of damage again.
Okay.
Nice.
It is. Ooh, man, it is. It is. Looks like it's about to fall over.
This thing's still alive.
Okay.
And there's 2 of them.
And there's 2 of them.
At least.
Yeah, that we know of.
Okay. So as we get to the top of, did you have anything else to do?
No,
Okay.
no.
As we get to the top of the initiative, you see, you also hear a crashing sound, Erebus, as you hear this like, and you hear this like crashing and underbrush is like going through. Something large is coming through here, and you see emerge out of the brush from the south, about 20 to 25 feet away. You see a massive. I say massive. You see a bear emerge, and it lets out this roar. And it looks like it begins to charge at you. And we have a special guest tonight, guys. Go ahead and jump in there, because it's actually a bear wielding a longsword. So
Oh, hey there.
oh, hey there. Somebody was able to make tonight's game. All right.
Hello, everyone. Glad to be here and tuning
Describe
in.
to the party what they see in the
Um,
dim firelight as this bear-like creature emerges.
Yeah. You see a very large, probably roughly 7 feet, maybe 7.5 feet, tall bear, werebear come charging in. Armor, wielding a longsword. You notice maybe the longsword is crackling with energy, or greatsword. Sorry, greatsword crackling with energy as he's charging in, letting out the blood core. As he's charging into what looks to be the party and the creatures, the shadow stalkers. Probably can't tell in the dim light exactly what color this werebeast looks like, but yeah, kind of blending in with the forest a little bit.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. So, what do you do as you?
Is it my turn?
Yes.
Like, am I a certain feet away?
You're about 25 feet
distance?
away. If you're in alchemy, you
away.
can see it. So.
I'm looking at it too, so.
You're south of us.
Either loading or I can't see anything currently.
It just popped up on mine.
Yeah, you're in there now. So
I'll watch stream. Okay, 25 feet away. Let's do 25 feet away from the one that's healthy,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, I am going to, as
Well,
I'm
let's see,
charging,
You're 20 feet away. But yeah.
20 feet. I don't know how to turn down this volume in here, so I'm going to mute the site currently.
Okay, sorry.
You see kind of this crackling gauntlets on his wrist, and as he's running and charging, something kind of starts to glow within it as he lunges his hand towards it. And I'm going to go ahead and cast. It is called the. Make sure I'm doing this one right. Blood Curse of the Marked, and this one is currently like looking all displacery. Is a good way to put it, right?
Yes.
Like it has
So it still
not
has
been currently
advantage
attacked.
or
So
disadvantage
it's going,
on attack rolls for you.
so I'm going to amplify that attack, which means I go ahead and take 3 points of damage as I'm charging in, which gets rid of the disadvantage.
Okay.
So I should be able to just attack it with the great sword. I did some dice tests before this went, and the little guy was rolling the best.
Hey, that's the
So-
one
but
I've
I
been
did-
rolling, the little guy.
but
Yeah.
I never trusted this guy. Did not do Rowan well. Let's figure out if it does well for this character. That's a nat 20. I'm not even joking, guys.
Yes.
Awesome.
I can't. It
That's
rolled. I
fantastic.
promise you.
No. I believe you. Okay, give me some damage on that.
Okay, great. So this is actually I amplified that mark. I get to roll an extra damage die, which is extra 1d4 for the lightning damage. So that's 2d4. But I also have Savage Command. This character built crit.
Say that
When
again.
I
You
crit,
leaned
I
away
get-
from the mic, so.
Sorry. I have Savage Attack. So if it's a crit with the Great Sword, it's already 2d6.
Nice.
But I get to roll an extra d6 with Savage Attacks if I crit. Because you guys will find out the race maybe in a little bit. Okay, so let's roll 4d6 first. 6, 12, 14 plus 4, 18. Oh, I get to re-roll one of those. 3. I think so. 5. That is 23 damage.
23.
7 of plus
And
7. That is 30 damage. Plus 6. That is 29 damage.
Okay, so
As he charges.
immediately you see this bear-like creature explode from the woods, crackling greatsword in its hand, and it leaps towards this shadowy beast and just carves into it. It stumbles away from you, Loris. You're like vaguely, in your vision, able to see that it's something is happening above you, and it completely just turns its attention towards this werebear.
I love those blood owners.
Yeah, Erebus, it is your turn.
Oh yeah.
So nasty.
Foaming werebear foaming at the mouth stands over. Probably
Yeah.
Boris gets some of that drool as he's laying there.
Erebus, it is your turn. There is a creature who is very close to death in front of you, and a bear is attacking another one over there.
Yeah, so I probably won't be throwing a stick of fire at somebody. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull my rapier back out, and I'm gonna take a couple of swipes, or just one swipe with the rapier.
Okay, go for it.
22.
Absolutely hits.
Okay, now
Give me some damage.
All right, I'll give you a damage.
Hold on. Let me just put it out there.
Yeah.
How do you want to finish this creature off?
Yeah.
All right. So after seeing this like massive creature, this bear-like form running and attacking, I'm not even looking at the enemy in front of me. I just pull out the rapier and I do this little stab thing as I'm still watching the bear go to town on this other enemy. And then I pull out the rapier, I sheath it without even looking, but I hear the body fall.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes.
Total, awesome moment. Stabbed it. It's like it was flailing as it was like about to fall. It's like right through the eye, into the brain, and then it just like crumples to the ground. Perfect. Amazing. Do you want to do anything with movement? Or
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and make my movement over towards the last remaining enemy.
Yeah, go ahead and move over there.
Each block is 5 feet, right?
Correct.
5, 10. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and put my stuff
Awesome.
right there.
And you attack the bear. Just kidding.
Yeah. You're not taking this victory from me.
Okay. Erebus, I believe that is the end of your turn. We are at Vigo.
Hey, how far back can I move? To the edge of the map without difficult terrain? Or...
Yeah, I mean, like, it's just trees. There's no difficult terrain on the ground, necessarily.
Okay, I'm going to take a few steps back, so...
Okay. Yeah, you can kind of tuck yourself into the tree. These are not all coniferous trees. I mean, this is kind of a mix of like trees that have like some trunk to them, and then they're a little taller, and then they have like kind of the boughs in the top. So
okay, I'm gonna go here. 1, 2,
absolutely
3, 4 from Loris. That's good. Okay, so I'm gonna aim at this newly the only enemy remaining, and I had pretty good luck with radiant damage before, so I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt.
Okay. Give me an attack, just normal attack, no disadvantage or anything.
25.
Yeah, you hit it.
All right, here we go. 13 damage.
13 damage.
And if it
Okay.
matters, as a bonus action,
Yeah.
I would like to stabilize Loris.
So yeah,
with,
you hit it, and it.
Spirit
You
Vine.
see this creature. It has just taken a massive blow from a great sword. You see the gash in its body, and you see it's still there's a little crackle of electricity still, and then this from behind as it's turned to face this werebear, this from behind this thing just like and crashes into it. This radiant energy with this green kind of crackling like flecks within it just hit it, and then these green flecks illuminate and kind of circle this creature, making it very visible. It's gonna actually use a reaction to slap its tail at Erebus, who has just approached.
Let's go.
It's in its, it's mad. It looks like it's about to die. It's in its death throes. 22.
Yep, that hits.
That would be, nope. That would be 5 points of damage.
Okay.
Bludgeoning. So, yeah.
Dragon.
Oh, actually, Harry. Hold on. Also, you notice now that there is no shadow around it that there are little spikes on its tail. Haven't done a tail attack with it yet. Sorry. You also get 5 points of piercing damage.
Oh, okay. Well then
So-
I'm unconscious.
Okay.
Well.
So you two would be within entering the cycle, and so you would, be there. But however, it is now, Loris. It's your turn.
Seth,
Yes.
As a bonus action, I also wanted to cast Spare the Dying on Loris.
On Loris. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Absolutely.
Get him.
So
either
he's
out
no
of the
longer
cycle or on
in.
the brink.
Yeah, he's no longer in danger of dying.
Okay.
So
Does that take me to 1 hit point, or what does that do?
no, it just stabilizes you. So
So I'm out of the cycle.
yeah, so you're on the brink.
Bring.
Mm-hmm.
So no disadvantage, but if you take any damage, you go back into the cycle.
Oh, source of stabilizing. Okay. So my HP is 0.
Mm-hmm.
I'm done, Seth.
So
Yeah.
I still
Well, so
have
Loris,
I still have disadvantage.
you still have disadvantage, but you're not. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, your attacks, saving throws, and ability checks are made with disadvantage.
Okay.
But you're not in danger of dying at the moment.
Okay.
So, yeah, you won't make any more saving throws for anything. So.
Okay.
Okay.
Um.
So it's basically, just for everyone else, it's basically normal death saving throws, but
Yeah.
with the exception of you still get to try to move around, you
fate.
still get to try to take, an action or something, but you have severe disadvantage on it. So now he's not in danger of dying because he's been stabilized, but he still has disadvantage until he gets healed. So go ahead.
Oh.
Okay. So this thing is standing next to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I kind of now I'm a little stabilized-y. I kind of like get a wild look in my eyes, and I just grab this thing by, I don't know, by its smoke or something, and I
Okay.
cast Shocking Grasp.
Okay. Give me an attack with disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Yes.
Here we go.
So you're like swatting your hand.
I got a 12 with disadvantage. 6 plus 6.
Okay. You see everyone kind of sees this like hand reach up, and it kind of crackles with electricity, but he just kind of like misses it. You kind
Yeah.
of see it flailing around as he tries to grab it. But good attempt. You gonna do anything else? You gonna move?
So I will, as a bonus action, I'm going to cast a Misty Step and teleport over next to Vigo.
Okay. Absolutely. Well, hold on. Actually, you can't do that because you cast a spell with your action. Or hold on. Is it is it a racial feature?
It's a it's a Fey touched
Okay.
bonus
Yes. So you
action
can
for my
you
Fey
can.
touched feet.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. You can do that then.
Yep.
So yeah, you disappear over there.
Poof, poof.
Okay. So Loris, you have gone, and it is actually this creature's turn. No, it is actually the bear's turn now, in turn order. Austin, it is your character's turn.
Great.
Say that again. You're like super quiet for some reason.
How's this? Test 1, 2.
That's
Testing,
better.
Test.
Yeah.
Is this thing still standing in front of me? Still alive?
Yes, it is very, very hurt.
Great. I'm gonna go ahead and do another swing on it, and I'm trusting the tiny die because that was great last time.
That's right. That's right. Trust the tiny die. Not so much this time.
17.
17 hits.
Fantastic.
Roll some damage.
Don't get to roll nearly as much damage this time. Still enough.
Hold on. Let me just put it this way. Austin, how do you want to finish off this creature?
A second, I must
There is, I think your minimum damage. I think your minimum damage surpasses its remaining hit points.
Well, if it helps, that was still 13 damage.
Yes, absolutely destroys it.
Great.
You cut it in half.
Still in a raging werebear form. Him being new to this, not completely controllable, so he's swinging wildly and savagely. I think a burst of the electric energy from the longsword as he slices upward through the shadow beast. So completely as the sparks light up the shadow, dispersing it through the flash of lightning as he swings and wields this. Probably even lightning glinting in his eyes as he lets out another roar. And disperses all shadow standing in front of him.
Okay, amazing, awesome. All right, with that, silence remains. There's crackling and smoking coming off of this bear as the heat and energy is just there. Everyone,
I'd say
yes.
I'd say you also notice from that light, this bear is kind of a tealish green colored bear. Like the fur, the look, maybe even a little bit of the breastplate that he's wearing is green.
Vigo points. Is he panting? What?
Oh yeah.
What is that thing?
That's not a regular bear, guys.
You think?
I know. I've seen bears before.
It's not good, guys. It's not good. It's not good.
I think it's good though because he saved us. He saved me a couple times.
Am I still
In
like
one fight.
Loris, you're kind of like, he saved me. he's over there like he looks like he's about to pass out because he's at 0 hit points still.
I'm gonna.
Oh, yeah, the two of them
continue
are like suffering.
I've lost a lot of blood.
Oh sure.
panting
Give credit
over the
to
top
bear.
of this downed guy in front of me. I'm going to very painfully transform back from the bear look. So
Okay.
agonizing pain, like sounds of bear and man mixed. Won't do it right now because I have children trying to sleep. So yeah, he transforms back, and what you see, even as he's transforming, he kind of hunches down. And you probably also noticed a mask on the bear a little bit. You can still see the bear, and it kind of stretches over the mask. So completely masked. This mask is a dark leather color, again with the teal kind of marks and stuff. And so as he transforms, the mouth kind of shapes back. You start to see maybe the tusks don't fully go away in his bottom jaw as he transforms into a half orc, still about 7 feet tall, large man. and
Do I recognize the nation?
Give me an intelligence check with, I'd say with advantage.
I'm gonna move forward, just kind of like not really comfortable with this new person standing over Ibris, and I'm just gonna like kind of step forward in kind of a defensive posture. Not too sure yet what his intentions are over my newly found royalty here.
19.
Part of the King's Guard now. Don't
yeah.
even know.
you would recognize the bear or the mask as being from Villafandria. your knowledge of Villafandria is that it is,
Do you
or
want
well, I
me to
guess
share?
the orc, but your knowledge would be that it's a coastal nation. Yeah, Austin, go ahead.
Yeah, Villafandria is filled full of orcs, half-orcs, and lizardmen. They were, years ago, a nomadic, barbaric tribe, warring nation that attacked all different nations, and they were slowly pushed into the corner of the land that we all live in. And the nations rallied together to almost wipe out Villafandria, and they signed a not necessarily a peace treaty right away, but still a ceasefire, as the nations decided we have to change our ways. Through the decades, they became peaceful, but they turned towards the sea, and so they ended up creating these great warships that ventured out deep into the sea to fight various monsters and creatures and things to somewhat combat that animalistic side that they continue to have. They're pretty much accepted
Oceanic
into
monster hunter, basically. So
yeah, accepted into society because of their great warships. They were able to contribute to the land. But the mask represents a change. So the mask came about when they decided to produce that peace treaty and say, this is a symbol of us saying we're here to work together.
And Austin, as you come in, part of the Maskar society was when the former tyrannical empire was overthrown. Villafandria was one of the nations that joined in and to lead the rebellion. So.
I see. So Villafandria was not the tyrannical empire.
No.
It was fighting against.
It was the Sulfurian Empire, which is where the school, the Tetralith Academy, that's where the ruins upon which it sits were where its capital was.
So its people are no more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, but Villafandria was, like I said, one of the
As far as
5
we know.
nations. Yeah, so. But yeah, so you all are standing around. The campfire still crackles dimly, as it's probably fallen down a little bit. What's everybody doing?
I would do
Erebus,
my best.
I think Erebus, you're muted.
I would do my best to help. I forget who it was who's downed in front of me. Probably not the best at medicine, but still doing what I can.
He actually misty stepped away from you, so.
Oh, okay. So
Ibris is down in front of him, I think.
Oh yeah. Sorry, Erebus is down in front of him.
Or Erebus, yeah.
So Erebus.
Erebus.
As I'm dying, I'm just watching this 7-foot giant, oh, that's cool.
This is it. This is how you cross over.
Yep. You see him transform from a bear to a half orc.
I still do what I can to try to do maybe like a medicine.
Yeah, give me a
check or
medicine
something
check.
to stabilize.
Absolutely.
Or maybe telling the other people like he needs help. So this gruff voice, he needs help. And I'll do. And we'll see how this goes for me. Oh, it's a 19, so it's not bad.
Okay.
I rolled it in the.
Yeah, absolutely. You get him stable, so he's on the brink, meaning he's no longer, dying, but he is still at 0 hit points. Erebus, you're kind of there, probably half fallen, still conscious, but like definitely kind of out of it. Took a big blow from that tail. But yeah, so what was the rest of you doing? Anybody?
I'm like kind of leaning on Vigo. I'm like, you got any more of those like home remedies or whatever you. So I'm hurting.
I do, but only one more. Should we take a short rest?
I could take a couple of short rests. Yes.
I would say you're able to kind of gather back around the fire. Does anybody try to do anything besides return to the fire and sit down? Is anybody?
What time is it now? I don't know how much time had passed for the.
It's probably about
Oh no.
3 a.m. at this point.
Okay, so it's still dark.
You got
out,
about
still dark
3
out.
hours into the watch.
I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think Tika's probably gonna try to rebuild the fire back up. But probably nothing else. She can't see anything.
So as
I'll
ever,
talk to. Oh, go ahead. You can go, Erebus.
yeah, no, I'm just gonna look at in Austin. I'm sorry, I didn't catch the character's name.
I think he said it. He has not said
Okay,
it.
he hasn't said it. So as he's like patching me up using that 19 medicine roll, and I think it's kind of an intimate conversation at that point. I'm just gonna look at him and why did you help us?
I've been hunting these beasts, these monsters for a while, and for you guys to be in danger, it's just it's the right thing to do.
So you'll be joining us then.
I don't know your motives. I don't know your path, your journeys. All I know is I'm here. My calling is to destroy the monsters in the dark, to destroy evil in this land. For no fame, no glory. It's just to do the right thing.
Well, come. We're covered by the fire. And as I kind of waddle over to Tiggy Teek's little fire he's got going on.
If he's still like injured, I might just.
Only 4'6", so yeah.
Yeah, he's an elf, but he's not a big elf. So,
Let's go.
as you carry him forward, everybody give me a quick intelligence or nature check, or history, one of those.
I've got an 8 with my +5.
21.
12.
4 for Tika.
8.
Erebus already
Is this-
knew. Go ahead, Austin.
Am I rolling too?
I would say you can with advantage, kind of like Erebus. You have prior knowledge of these beasts. So any of those three with advantage.
Yeah, it's only a 13.
That's good enough. I know Erebus has already rolled, so he knows what these are. These are shade stalkers. And you can kind of relay it as you go, but it's basically these creatures are from the far west. They are from the Shademyst over the mountains. Erebus knows what they are and might have even seen them as a child when his homeland was invaded. Not that any of you know that. No, you would know that his homeland was invaded. It's kind of common historical knowledge at this point. It was about 100 years ago. But these creatures are typically creatures that have slowly been filtering from the west over the mountains through the woods
To grandmother's house?
to grandmother's house they go, but they are usually not this far east. It's very uncommon, which is part of why your character Austin has been tracking them for several weeks. You've been tracking them and potentially other shadow creatures. But it's very uncommon for them to be here, and it's for those of you, the rest of you that rolled a 10 or higher, it's shocking that they are here. You would also know, for those of you, for Erebus and Austin, you would also know that they typically are only in pairs, so there's not much more concern at the moment. However,
Oh, it would have been nice to know 10 minutes ago.
yeah. So,
Are we just like conveying this to each other? Is that what's happening?
yeah,
for,
you would
I
have
guess,
probably
Erebus
sat
and
down
stuff?
around the fire and been able to tell them, that you've been tracking them, like you said, and that finding them this far east is quite concerning. That there is renewed activity from the Shademyst. So, Erebus,
I think we're-
you more than anyone else probably have an inkling of what this means.
I sit listening. I share what I can, but I'm pretty much keep my distance a little bit because I guess I set Erebus down near the friends and kind of nod and then kind of sit a little further away, sharpening a great sword probably the size of Erebus.
Yeah, probably.
Just shing. As everyone's telling stories of what they know about these beasts, and I'll probably share as you guys are talking. I chime in. These beasts are much further inland. I didn't expect to find them for quite some time. It's a big concern for the people, nation, and nearby towns and villages. Someone's got to put an end to them. Shing. Shh.
So I'm walking around checking on my my friends, my new posse. I look over at Austin's character. Are there others like you? Are we expecting more of you in your help here?
What do you mean by others like me?
Are there others hunting these
Half-orc.
creatures?
There's always those that hunt in the shadows, that plunge themselves in the darkness to bring light and to protect. I don't know of any near here. I haven't seen any more of the group that has trained and employed me in a long time.
Well, I for one have many questions for this yellow mage if they return to us. Was this part of the trial? Was this part of the surviving?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I know nothing of any trial, if you're asking me.
While they're
Erebus,
talking and sharing
go-
stories, Tika's
yeah, go ahead.
probably got up from the fire and is kind of greater inspecting the corpses, like getting really close, really
Yeah,
into them.
absolutely. Give me a
probably-
nature or medicine check.
Realizing that this guy doesn't seem like he's got any ill intentions, Pappy's probably already back asleep.
Kind of just rolls over.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20? Okay.
Yep.
So as you inspect him, you see the kind of shadow is greatly, like the kind of smoky shadow coming off of them is no longer active. But as you kind of like inspect the kind of leathery hide, it kind of like as you move pieces of it, that smoke kind of like comes off of it, kind of like when you hit something that has like a lot of dust on it, and it kind of like
Okay.
kind of puffs up. So you can kind of tell it's like not active, but still there, still kind of active a little bit. But there's definitely, these long black talons on the end of its claws and feet, and it's got some quite large teeth in its large muzzle. It very much looks kind of like raptor-like at this point, with, like I said, a large protruding snout, and then like a long tail out behind it. But it is almost pure black. Give me. Well, you got a 20. You find on it a thin black cord around its neck with a
Similar
small,
to what?
like twine or something. Not heavy, very thin. And there is a small black stone that's polished, woven into it. And there's some sort of symbol on it. And that's it.
She would probably take her dagger and cut it at the back to kind of hold the strap. The
You
stone kinda
almost
dangling.
missed it. I mean, it was the stone and the cord were both black as well.
So, she would take it. She would cut it. She would take it back over the fire. I mean, do I notice anything about the stone, or just that I would have no idea what it was? I'd just see it.
You wouldn't know what it is.
So I would probably then toss it to Austin's character, just kind of like toss it to him and shrug my shoulders. Like, what is this?
You, Austin, give me a intelligence check or wisdom.
Would I tell it just a straight
Actually, sorry,
intelligence check or
scratch
would-
that. Charisma. What am I thinking? Give me a charisma check.
Riz?
Yes.
Charisma.
Charisma.
I bet you didn't spec charisma in this character.
Not one bit. That is a 3.
Okay.
charisma.
Yeah, you're not really sure why this
Didn't roll
person
the
isn't
Can I-
talking, but
Have a look at it. See if I can figure out what it is.
Would I recognize it? As I look at this rock, kind of stare at.
give me a history check.
If this has anything to do about recalling information about Fae, fiends, or undead, I would.
It does not.
I'd ask. That's okay. You don't have to.
Those are real quick. No.
Yeah, that's 17.
Okay, you're not quite sure what it is. You're pretty sure it has something to do with the Shademyst. That's all you know.
I convey that to everyone as I hand Vigo, who I'm assuming asked me if he could see it.
Okay.
And I toss it to him as well.
Tika, if you continue to inspect, you'll find another one on the other body. Easy enough.
I think the second she tossed it to him, she went to go look at the other one to see if
you
there
would have
was
found
there.
the same thing, and you would have had no problem now that you knew what to look for. So.
Yep. So she brings it over. So now there's 2 that are being passed around the fire.
Is this like twine or tassel with the rocks?
like
in it? Is this
twine.
like similar material to what we were handed for our
No,
team?
you were handed something that was like woven thread that was
Okay.
dyed and colored and processed. This is like twine or string of some kind, very raw.
Okay.
But it's kind of like woven, almost maybe even like hemp, where it's like
Okay.
definitely from like maybe fibers of some kind, and then it's like
Okay.
wrapped around this stone, like where the stone is kind of embedded in it, and then it's just like I said, but it's like all black. Like Tika was fortunate to find it on this creature.
Well, I say, I've traveled a lot of areas, and this is what we call a clue, and we need to hang on to these until we learn more about them. And then I kind of go like get in my sleeping bag and kind of snuggle up.
Yeah, you guys were in the
Bones
middle of a
really
long.
good.
You were in the middle of a long rest. What did you say, Vigo?
He must be really good at this. I can tell.
Yeah,
I look at the thing. So it's not set like a jewel. It's just that the hempen stuff is sort of
Wrapped around it.
Just
Yeah.
to be attached.
Yeah, like you've seen like shell or stone necklaces or jewelry where like the hemp is kind of like roughly wrapped around it, shape enough that it holds it in place. That's it.
Okay. Do I have any idea what this is?
No.
I handed
Vigo,
to
in his
Laura
limited
today.
experience, I mean, you could try to roll an Arcana check or something, maybe.
I would probably go
religion?
to Laura
Okay.
and say before he goes to sleep and say, "Hey, does this look magical to you?"
Like I said, you could roll Arcana or religion maybe to try to see if you can understand anything about it.
I can help you, but I figured you'd be better at detecting magic than I would.
Let me see if. Sorry, were you talking to me?
He was, yes.
So, like,
Yeah.
if you want to roll an Arcana, I can.
Yeah,
I can cast what you call it to help you.
guidance.
Yeah,
What you call
guidance.
Which gives you a D4. So
Oh, so it's just my one roll plus a D4.
Yeah, Arcana check, which you have +3 to, plus an additional D4.
Yeah, yep. So I got a 23 plus 3, 26.
okay. Yeah, pretty immediately you're able to detect a faint but strong pulse of magic on it.
It has a
So-
faint but strong pulse of magic.
Ah, an oxymoron.
I didn't quite understand it myself, but it is. I felt it in my soul.
Yes.
Very mysterious.
Very mysterious. Where's your quote, Vigo? Come on. I'm pretty sure Vigo's
Wait,
mom would
wait,
have something
yeah.
to say about that.
I know. I'm sure she said something, but I can't quite remember.
You hear a hearty chuckle beside.
Yep.
Am I able to keep one? I guess I would ask the group. Can I keep one of these and study it?
Yeah, you basically killed both of them. Let's take what you want. I'm not gonna tell you no.
It's a great point. Great point.
Yeah, he only killed one. You guys take the other one down.
I didn't touch the other one.
That's true.
Thank you. And I'm gonna, kind of study it and keep it safe.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else you guys choose to do before trying to resume a long rest? Austin, you have.
Yeah, I would. I'll take. Oh. I take the large breastplate off if I'm resting there, showing all sorts of scars and probably a massive bite mark. Big scar doesn't get over properly. Looks like a bear bite. So I'm gonna, before people drift off to sleep, I'll just share. I'm gonna continue to figure out what this is, and probably head further west, looking for more of these monsters and evil creatures. I do appreciate your help slaying these beasts. I'll probably leave some point in the morning. If I don't see you, I appreciate your help.
We go our separate ways at dawn.
I lift up Pappy's arm
Trying to inspect it.
toward Austin's character and say, Pappy, were you also bitten by a bear?
Pappy, do you wake up for any of this?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm in that like the old man in the armchair, deep slumber, middle of the day.
Yeah.
He's out.
Mouth open.
Disappointed and not understanding why no one will answer me, I just continue to lift up Pappy's hand.
It's already morphed back into a regular hand, by the way. It's just a normal hand.
Who were the two people that went down in that fight? It was Erebus and
Lors.
Lors. I will say before drifting off, I'll point to them because I don't know their names. It's brave of you to stand and fight and sacrifice yourselves for people who seemingly you just met. I'm proud to know there's others that are willing to put themselves in harm's way for the good of people.
And in response, even more so for a stranger to come and help us. Thank you. Nod, hand to chest. As I turn in full security.
All right.
I do the same nod, put away the weapons, store them close, and go to sleep.
Okay. Well, you all are able to sit down and keep watch and finish out the night's rest. And so you can take a long night's rest, or you can do it next time, but we are going to bring our session to a close. And so our characters remain camped in the wilderness north of the Tetralith Academy. Austin, thanks for joining us.
Oh yeah, it was a pleasure. I'm glad I got to jump in and first roll.
Sorry it took so
That
long,
nat
but they were
20
like,
for that
let's just
attack."
keep marching through the dark.
We turn back and go back to the academy for no reason.
We're like, you know what? We decided we don't want to do this, guys. We're gonna head back.
That's
We'll,
like, you know
we'll
what?
take- we'll go out in the morning.
Your character's gonna come in as the enemy, just attack him as the werebear. Just-
I'll be honest with you. Like, you're so lucky that everything happened when it did. Pappy's next move was to leap off of the log and just club the bear in the head with his hammer hand. And then Seth is like, and combat has come to a close. I'm like, oh, okay.
All right. Well, to all of you watching or listening, thank you for joining us. We had some great people in chat today. Thank you so much. And again, Austin, thanks for joining us. We look forward to seeing you all next time, and hope you have a wonderful evening and rest of your week. Good night, and God bless.